All right, boys, here we go. The final part of this arc. We are live in 3, 2, 1. Greetings, fine shits. It is I, your dungeon master for Tales of Lodrienth. I'm Zach, here with my comrades, doing another episode of the Forge D20 podcast. We're joined by beautiful. I'm pretty sure that was Raph. I'm absolutely positive that was Raph. Joined by Raph, Hunter, and Dalton as we continue our quest to stop the web's attack on the city-state of Eflar Eden. And in the last session, after the explosion that Savius caused at the Eden City Bank, Dalkum was left under the rubble, and he did not survive. So they recovered his body, and with Moros, Lloyd / Darius, and Vale in tow, they returned to the secret hideout of Devlin Miller in the city of Eden with his corpse. They met with Devlin, and he told the party there's no way that he can personally resurrect them. There's nothing that he could do. However, somewhere in either Eflar or Eden, sensing the death of the Ulteusspawn, the head of the Order of Ulteus, Evangeline, showed up and helped the party perform a resurrection ritual on Dalkum's corpse using some diamonds that I believe Dalkum had on them. And once more, in a successful resurrection ritual, Dalkum is alive, and time is of the essence in preparation for the web's attack. And we're going to pick up with Dalkum. For you don't know how long you've saw nothing but black. And then suddenly your vision comes through. You can see what appears to be cracks in darkness that fill up with this silver color that slowly replenishes into a beautiful bright gold that gets so bright it turns to white, and you wake up. You are trying to adjust your vision to what scenery is around you, and you see that you're in the secret hideout of Devlin Miller, also known as Damocles, somewhere in the underground city of Eden. You wake up seeing yourself surrounded by Vale, Devlin, Moros, Lloyd, and Evangeline.
Eyes open. I take in like a deep, gasping breath. I let out like a sputtering cough. I look over at Moros. That time it was a bomb. And he's gonna stand up, or he's gonna swing his legs over. He's gonna sit on the table. He's gonna look at Evangeline. Ivy, my back hurts. Why can't I feel one wing? He's gonna look over and he see the wing that's there. As he kind of slowly realizes he can't see out of his left eye at all now. Looks over and he looks at everyone else. Oh, so weird. See you, but I couldn't do anything. I could hear you, but I couldn't speak. He looks at Moros. This was not your fault. Don't blame yourself. I was here whether you met my family or not. And he looks over at Darius.
Who's still unconscious, by the way?
Is he okay?
He is taking a nap. But
That's good. That's smart.
he played a big part in helping getting you here so that you could be revived. And it's good that you're that one. He needs you.
He goes to stand off the side. Stumbles a bit, but catches himself on the chair next to Evangeline. He looks at her. You assume they know?
They do.
He's going to look at Moros specifically. Try to tell you, but certain things I can't say in common and, well, speak celestial. I'm at Devlin. You have a bed I can lay in? I'm really tired.
Absolutely. He's going to walk over to a bookshelf over here, and he's going to pull one of the books. One of the bookcases begins to slide open, revealing a door, a hidden door, and he turns the doorknob, opens it, and you can see a couple of beds just lying about. There are some figures in there sleeping. You can assume that they're spies of Devlin.
All right. Kind of claps his hands together. I've discussed more in the morning. I need to sleep.
As you...
Moros not.
Oh, go ahead. You guys go first.
As you, you'll notice now the dull cracks in his skin now glow vibrantly as that like arcane divine liquid he has instead of blood now pulses and actually moves. It's sluggish, but it's there. You know that he truly is alive.
Moros can see this?
Yeah. Yep, everyone can see it because it cracks
Okay.
across his face, down his beak, so his beak is kind of shattered a bit on the top. The top of his head kind of like looks like the skull is kind of cracked open, just not as like grisly and fleshy looking. More like broken pottery. And one of the cracks runs straight down his eye and splits it in half. And he's going to go ahead and lay down and try to recover.
Before you walk away, Evangeline is going to grab your one remaining wing and kind of tug on it. She's trying to get your attention.
Not the feathers. Ow.
Dalkum, before you go, she's going to reach into her pocket and she's going to hand you something. It is a little like slate, very small. It can fit in the palm of your hand. It is golden in color. It has a metallic sheen to it, and there's a rune in Celestial that says blessings on it. You'll need this for the upcoming battle. We're only a few days away. And Devlin and I have spoke. I'm going to be helping evacuate the upper and lower cities with Bibble in case the bomb does go off. But this will help you in a time of need. It will heal you and your allies within 10 feet of you completely and replenish your arcane abilities as well. I can only make one of these every year, so please, don't die again.
I didn't plan on it the first time. I'm gonna take and he'll slip it into the bag of holding, and he's gonna walk to the beds.
All right. Is everybody going to take a long rest? Moros, is there anything, because we have Darius is unconscious. Do you have anything you would like to speak to Evangeline, Vale, or even Devlin about?
Yeah, what the hell is the plan? So yeah, I'll look at Devlin. Do we have any idea what the plan is going forward? What the hell we're going to do to stop them? Have you come up with anything while we were gone?
Yes. I have a perfect plan. Actually, we were meeting about it before you guys came in here, and I was going to fill you in when you arrived, but clearly things are chaotic. So I'm going to tell you, and you could tell your allies in the morning, because I'm going to be very busy getting my resources together. So, he's going to snap his fingers, and you'll see this, like, arcane hologram. You can see the lower city of Eden on the bottom and the upper city of Eflar on top. He's going to point to this large Colosseum-like building with spikes coming out of it. This is the Crucible of the Bright Star, the prison where my father is being held. Me and a large portion of my spies are going to go to this facility to try to fend off the web invasion of this facility so that they don't break him out. Evangeline and Bibble are going to evacuate the upper city of Eflar and get the citizens that are within the bomb's radius out of there so we can have as minimal amount of casualties as possible. I have another set group of spies who are handling down here, and he points to Eden, the blast radius that would affect this area in Eden. Vale, he looks over to her. Would you mind helping us with this plan? Perhaps we could use you on the Eden forefront. She looks at him and strokes her chin. You know, you guys helped me taking out that bastard Kazarius. It's only right for me to return the favor. I'll help the Edenites evacuate the blast radius. You have a deal. But after that, we're even. Understood. Well, that leaves just one thing, right, Moros? And he snaps his finger again. Something in between. The abandoned rail station. This is where they're taking the bomb that is being taken on in a locomotive that hasn't been used in at least 50 years. This is where I suspect Savius to be. Now, they're likely going to drop the train off, arm this bomb, and leave. That's where I want you three to come in. You guys will need to take out Savius and his cronies, and then disarm the bomb. Now, you're probably going to ask, how do I disarm the bomb? And he pulls out this piece of parchment and unrolls it. I went to the Ember Enclave warehouse in Eflar, and I found the schematics to this bomb that they're wanting to use. It is used as a pin pad, and there are 6 possible buttons that you can press to disarm this device. However, we don't know the code. However, I've come up with something myself. And he pulls out what appears to be a small black, like, it's very thin slate. If I had to compare it to anything, it's like an SD card. You're going to slit this into the back of the device, and after about 45 seconds, it will have that code bypassed, and the bomb will be disarmed. All you have to do is stick it in for 45 seconds. It is literally dummy-proof. If you think you're capable of taking out Savius and whoever else he brings with him, I think we have a good chance at preventing a catastrophe and have an opportunity to finally unite Ethlor and Eden. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's an ambitious plan. It's the only semblance of one that we have. I assume you've thought this through as much as one can in these troubled times, but are you sure we have enough manpower for this? Many of us won't be coming back.
Whatever the number is, it'll have to do. We have to do anything we can to stop the web. And if that means I die, then so be it. If it means that any of us die, so be it. We died for the right thing. And I'm willing to die to at least try to protect these people.
Darius is gonna wake up. He's gonna go over to Moros. But he's gonna grab Moros from behind and slide his sword in front of his neck. Who are you people?
Darius? Moros is going to say very cautiously. He's not going to move. Darius?
What
Lloyd?
kind of sick, twisted game is this? How did I get back here? The decor, the architecture, this is Eden. I'm not supposed to be here. So how? How did you manage to knock me out and bring me here?
Darius. There was an explosion. You had been away from Eden for some time. We traveled together. Moros has his hands, like both hands up, so you can see them very visibly. He's very calm in his expression, looking right at the blade and looking back at you. We have been traveling together for some time. We came here out of necessity. We were trying to stop the web, Davius and all of them. An explosion occurred. You were injured. One of our other companions died, but has been resurrected. But you were injured in this explosion. Maybe hit your head. You took a nap, and that's how you're here. If I was going to hurt you or take you back to those who hurt you in the past, you would be there. This is a place you do not know, seemingly now, but you have been here before. And I mean you no harm. I ask that you merely grant me clemency in this moment. Perhaps lower the blade. None of us here desire to hurt you. I am your friend. Maybe the name Morris Omenborn will ring a bell. But we have been traveling together for some time. I have known you as Darius. I have known you as Lloyd. And as Sir Lionel.
Morris? Yeah,
His
his sword drops to the ground. He lets you go. He's backing up, and he falls to his knees. He looks up at you, Moros, and you see eyes glaze over for a second. Moros?
Moros gets down on one knee, right in front of Darius, and places a hand on his shoulder. It's all right, Darius. It was a bad accident, but you're okay. You did not know. Everything's all right.
It's me, Lloyd.
Moros like kind of shakes his head like, what? And Lloyd. Oh my God. You've been gone for some time.
How long?
Weeks, maybe a month or two. It's hard to keep track of time. We're underground. You know where we're at. Eden, FLR. You lost control of your faculties. Well, not your faculties. Your personality split of some form, it bluntly. You have not been at the controls for some time. You've gone by other names. Darius being the one that's been in control for most of this.
Him, he's the other voice.
Yes, I have been traveling with him for some time now. I believe he doesn't mean you any harm, but it is good you're here. Darius was fine, but it's good that you're present due to where we're
a
at.
dream.
What was the dream?
Everything, all of this.
No, unfortunately,
Before I
it's very-
awoke, we talked. Me and the other Darius. He told me, and I felt it. I'm not long for this world. I don't have much time left.
How could you
He told me
possibly know this?
I needed to be the one to see this through. I didn't know what he was talking about.
How could you know that
How?
you're losing? Lloyd, I know you've been through a lot, but to know of one's own mortality, I mean, based off a dream. Are you sure? Is there not some way I can help you?
No, it's those damned experiments that Savius ran on us. They weren't
Obvious.
perfect. If I had stayed longer, maybe, but I couldn't. I left. I couldn't stay anymore. I had to leave. I had to leave before I lost my mind.
What was he doing to you in there? His experiments. I mean, clearly whatever he did to you gave you power, but whatever gifts he gave you, he cursed you as well. He's a madman from the brief interaction I had with him before he blew us all to the 9 hells and back.
He was trying to create mindless super soldiers. Ones to follow his very command, and the spiders.
So, did Darius mention that maybe Savius was successful in creating one of those to you? Because we are in an uphill battle, to say the least. I don't know what Darius has told you, all you've seen and heard from the inside of one's own mind. But the conclusion of all of this is coming. We don't have much time before we have to make our move. I was informed by Devlin of our plans. Odds of success, limited. I won't say impossible, but limited. We are outnumbered, outgunned, and their resources far, far exceed ours. Consider this a Hail Mary, a last-ditch effort. I do not remember if you were present for this. I believe it was Darius, but Graham. You remember Graham?
He's dead, isn't he?
Yes. The super soldier I spoke of moments ago. Zach, what's the name of the super soldier?
I don't know if you guys ever heard his name.
Okay. Well, then I will just describe. I'll go back to in character. Savius.
Darius knew it and said it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Well, then what was it? So I'll say it.
Because he told us
Silverway.
it was something
Iron Fang.
Iron
Silver,
Fang.
Gray.
Iron Fang, yeah.
Iron
It was
Fang.
like Iron
Okay.
or something. Yeah, it's Iron Fang, yeah.
So
I have it in my notes.
Graham and the rest of the members of the web met at an estate. We were able to survey this meeting and listen in the best we could, but due to the very trip that you and I took to get to this island, Graham not meeting quota, and them discovering that he had contacts with us, a being, I refuse to call it a man, a being, a creature, a creation, a robot, a cyborg, I know not what it is, named Iron Fang, killed Graham, nearly killed the 3 of us before we escaped. That was the last mission we did before we went and dealt with Gazarius and almost met our end at Savius's behest.
Iron. Iron Fang.
Yes.
I remember. That was clearly one of Savius' creations. I've seen the files.
Yes.
It's a secret. Man and machine. He was active when I was here. He wasn't complete. So I'm guessing now he is.
He is not only complete, he is a fully functional walking apocalypse, at least for us. He is probably one of the major hurdles we will have to deal with in this plan. There is no world in which we go through with this plan and he does not show his face. Or it does not show its face. Or, once again, it's not much of a man anymore. We only have so much time.
What's the plan?
A bomb? There's some... Long story short, where we have a tenuous plan. We're going to try to meet them in the middle. There's Eden, there's Eflaw, and Morris kind of points at the grid if it's still up.
It is.
We are going to, correct me if I'm wrong, Zach, because I was listening in what you were saying earlier. I may mess this up, telephone. We're going to we're not repurposing a bomb, we're planting a bomb, or we're disarming a bomb. Which one was it? I can't remember.
Disarming a bomb.
Okay. The web has placed a bomb at the what's the name of that great elevator? Because that's where it is, right? It's on the great elevator shaft thingy. They're going to blow everything to smithereens.
It's at an abandoned train station.
Okay. There's a bomb. The web is set up. They're going to use this bomb to level the playing field, both figuratively and literally.
They're using the old abandoned train station.
Yes. They're going to use this to launch this plan, activate the bomb, send it where it needs to go. I know not, but we are going to get there and disarm it, hopefully in time, so that the web does not go and blow all of Eden Eflaw to smithereens, or at least the portions of it that they want to get rid of. The problem is that none of us are exactly bomb experts. Devlin has assured us that there is a method to disarm this bomb. But after we disarm the bomb, we still have the problem of killing the web and dealing with their leaders. The web is forced in our hand at this point.
As long as we can get rid of Savius, Iron Fang, the spider, Eflar can deal with the rest of them.
Spider. You did not catch his name because Darius was here. Moros looks over at Devlin and looks back at Lloyd. It is Devlin's father.
I think that's something.
Yes. This is not something that caused us to mistrust Devlin. He has provided ample evidence and through his help exonerated himself. But, to be blunt, the spider, the man responsible for all of this suffering, including yours, and all of the people of this realm, Eden Eflaw, he must die. We must find him. When all of this ends, when the bomb is disarmed, and we inevitably come face to face with whichever members of the web show up to stop us, we ultimately, whether it is but a handful of us that live, all of us, or just one of us, whoever is left must kill the spider, because no matter how many of the legs we kill, the spider will just grow another to replace it. We must cut the head off. It must be done.
Lloyd lifts up his hand. Mind giving me a hand, brother?
Morris grabs his hand, lifts him up, looks him in the eyes, grabs him by both shoulders. It's good that you're back, brother. And then he gives him like a big hug.
I'm gonna whisper to you to answer your earlier question about how I know. Every time I overload my abilities, It's practically destroying my brain. Can't handle it.
And let us make the most of the time we have left. And let us grant you the vengeance that you've been seeking all these years on that twisted fellow Savius. Let us find him. Let us put an end to him. And his experiments.
Yes.
We need our rest, brother. Dalkum's already retired for the evening. We will need to speak with him in the morning. Figure out our plans.
Dalkum.
I believe you met Dalkum before you lost control, but he has been our companion for some time now.
It's a little
You
far,
remember
but
the...
Yes, I remember.
Yes, you remember the...
Meeting
Alan.
was him telling me
Yeah.
that he my little brother, and then shortly
Yes.
after became Sir Lionel.
Morris relays that to you. That was the last time you spoke to him. And then, that being said,
I feel so very sorry.
Yes. I think he's come to terms with it at this point. If you want to apologize to him as your true self, you may.
He might have
But
come to terms,
he
but I
is-
still haven't. I still remember the taste.
Oh, God. He is...
Texture.
Morris just kind of looks at you. Kind of disgusted look on his face. I hate that they're avian, so I can almost imagine what they taste like in a way. Chicken, turkey, duck, something along those lines. Perhaps quail. Or pheasant. Probably pheasant-like. Anyways, now I don't want to talk about what Dalkum's family tasted like. No. I think it's best we retire for the evening, though. Lord, we need our rest. We've been through a lot. And it would be good that Dalkum and you can get on the same page going forward of what the plan is. And in a way, both of you are returning to us in this moment, so I think it would be good for us all to have this evening to recuperate. Morris is literally covered in like black stuff from the explosion. Chunks of dirt all over him. Blood here and there.
Yeah, let's go wash up and rest.
Long rest.
Yes. Yes. You guys will take a long rest. So as you guys go to sleep for the evening, now, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to leave this decision up to you guys. We can either go to the next morning, or we can skip to the morning of the attack. Which one would you guys like to choose?
I don't mind
Choose
either
what?
way, but I was gonna say I do have a question. Morris's father's storage should be done by now, then, isn't it?
Yes.
By
Yes.
the time we
If
get
you
to the morning of the attack, so I was gonna say
Yes.
at some point we should do the RP of him going and grabbing that.
Okay. We'll do we can wake up the day before the attack. How about that? Because that's about when it would be ready. So
Let's go with me. Let's go
Yeah.
with that.
Go with me.
all right. So what have you guys done the last 2 days? Because it's been 2 days since this shit happened. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys decide what you guys do for the next 2 days.
Planning,
Very first
arming
thing,
up,
Dalkum just
knitting,
that's all he did.
trying to gather our numbers and our plan, trying to understand it more, gather as much resources as we can.
Okay.
I literally want to like almost ask in that prep time, Can we? I mean, I'm just thinking about what we may need. We're definitely going to need some healing. You know, I know Dalkum's got some healing, and so do I. But could we perhaps buy some potions of healing?
Yes, yes. We can do some potions of healing. How many do you guys want to buy?
What are the sizes, and how much do they heal each?
Healing, greater healing, superior healing, supreme healing.
What's greater?
Hold on. I don't know how much they heal, so a greater does 44 plus 4.
Okay, and then superior, how much is that?
8d4 plus 8, sorry.
How much is one of those?
500 gold pieces.
God damn.
Yeah, it's expensive, bro.
You see my gold. I mean, I could, in theory, get 2. I will buy, I will buy 3 of the greater healings and give 1 to each of my companions and 1 to myself. So everybody gets 1 greater healing potion. And then, do I have anything else I'd like to arm up on, potentially? Nope, that's it. I mean, I just wanted to buy some potions. I don't think we have anything. I mean, does anybody else want to buy anything with any of their money? I bought everybody 1 healing potion, so if you can't get healed via me or Dalton, or vice versa, you can at least heal yourself.
I'm currently going through and I am unpreparing and preparing a bunch of spells right now, so be more combat focused.
I have 35 for lay on hands, and then as for my actual healing spells, I don't have any. So I'm actually glad I bought the healing potions for it. And you know what, Zach? Give me 3 regular healing potions as well.
Okay, those are 50 GP each.
Okay. All right, so everybody's got 1 greater and 1 normal. So everybody can heal themselves. 1 as a last ditch, maybe more of a picking up an ally, making them drink a healing potion, but the greater one's more so you need to heal yourself real fast. 4d4 plus 4 is not bad, so we'll take it. Because that's what? If you just do the average, it's 8 plus 4, it's 12 HP. I mean, I know it's not crazy, but that can still make a difference. I don't have the money for superior. I have enough for 2, but I can't buy 3. And I'd be broke after that, so.
Dalkum's gonna buy 2 iron bands. And that'll be all he buys.
Iron bands? Just
2 iron bands, 2 iron rings.
Okay. I would say it's just iron. Iron's a very common resource. I would say 5 gold pieces for both of them.
All right.
Cool. Anything else before you guys go and visit Claw's Iron Hand?
Nope.
Silence is compliance, gentlemen. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you all 3 going to go together?
Don't say that.
We can all go.
Dalkum will not, because Dalkum is preparing a ritual.
Okay. So, Lloyd and Moros, you guys are going to go together?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll drag Lloyd with me.
All right. You guys you guys head your way to the stand of Claw's Iron Hand, who you see is hard at work crafting some sort of gauntlets. He is beating the metal surrounding the leather, trying to get it to mold into shape. And he turns his head and sees you coming and steps forward. I see you've returned.
Yes, we received word that the blade had been reforged.
It has, and it's gone swellingly. He reaches under the counter, and rising up in between his hands, he gently places it on the counter. He created a scabbard for it. A custom scabbard, also made of wyvern bones. He had leftover wyvern bones that has these. He precisely cut the bones of the wyvern and made them into scales, and the scales, they are a red color. And he hands you the sword. Take it. Scabbard I threw in free of charge. A little artistic independence.
Moros unsheaths the blade from the scabbard. What does the blade look like?
The blade, the hilt was never broken. The hilt looks the same. The blade, however, this blade is very different in the shape as it was with your father, but the metal looks exactly the same. It's got that nice, sleek sheen to it. And it looks like a standard sword up until you get higher and higher up the shaft, where it has jagged edges like a dragon's teeth. And at the point, it has one sharp tip. What do you think?
Moros grabs it, takes like a fighting stance with it, and gives it a few swings, swinging it vertically, horizontally, a couple diagonal swings, it's kind of a sweeping motion. Holds it in his hand, checks the balancing on it, looks at it, stares it down, has it eye level, and stares from hilt to tip of the blade. One more time, kind of twirls it in his hand, places it in the scabbard, puts the scabbard over his shoulder. It is magnificent. You have outdone yourself, and you honor my father and myself with this creation. Moros then reaches into his pocket and pulls out 5 platinum, and he sets it on the counter. Consider this a tip for your excellent service and for your assistance. I greatly appreciate what you've done with this blade. Can you tell me, through forging it, have you noticed any magical properties or anything of the sort?
Yes, oddly enough, when I was testing it on Bob over here, and you see he points behind him, there's a dummy. It looks like it's made of flesh, but it's not. This is my testing dummy. I call him Bob. Don't ask.
Hello, Bob.
Um,
Okay.
You see these incineration marks on Bob here, right? And he points out to some.
Mhm.
It seems that something happened with the sword where it now deals some sort of fire damage, which I don't think it had this property before.
These are good developments. Interesting. Perhaps something in the forging process or something in the chemical process of it all. But I am thankful that the sword was forged again by your hands.
You're very welcome.
His name is Klaus or Claus?
Claws.
Claus. Claus. My friends and I are going on a potential final mission here in this realm of Eden Avalon. There's a chance that none of us come back or all of us come back. All I can say is that it is best that you prepare yourself for fighting to spill over to the streets. Perhaps a catastrophe of some sort. I do not know the scale of this, but something is coming, and it is going to be bad for everyone here, for the civilians, for the innocent.
I see.
And for the guilty. Careful. One, I advise you to find shelter somewhere to go. And two, I was going to ask if there's anything you could do to perhaps help my friends and I. Dalkum, who's not here currently, still travels with us, but he is mending some injuries of his own. My ally here that you know is Darius. He is also known as Lloyd, to those closest to him.
Oh, I know who he is. We've met
We
before.
could very well... Oh, yes. I forgot about that. Lloyd was here for that.
Oh, I've met him
All that
long
time
before
ago.
that.
Yes, yes. No, I mean, it was Darius before, but complicated story with Darius and Lloyd. But put it this way, two people at the controls can't be at the controls at the same time, so on and so forth. Could you help us in any way? Lloyd is a very, very capable warrior, capable of wielding any amount of weaponry. Perhaps there's something that you think could be of use or of aid to us. We would be willing to pay if you asked, but really, is there anything that you can think of that might be of interest to aid our cause?
He turns to Lloyd. Anything for the coin, brother. But this one's on the house. Iron Company will stand strong, and I stand behind you, since you're one of its members. Tell me, what are you looking for, Lloyd?
Well, really, any weapon you have that could... We're basically fighting 1 to 10 here. So anything that could help with keeping me in the fight for as long as possible.
A weapon. What weapon do you currently have on you right now?
I'm going to unsheath my Eflarn blade.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. This is a master craftsman's work. A blade made of radiant energy. You want to know what's funny? I have my own. He reaches at his own hilt. That he has a sword that's in a scabbard on his side, and he pulls his out. His is purple. As he lowers it, he swings it. Because you've served Iron Company well for many years, and this could be your final stand. I want you to take my blade. This is also an Eflarn blade, but I've made some modifications to it. Instead of blue, it is purple. Because let's be honest, purple is a better color. However, I've also strengthened the blade in some ways. I've reinforced the steel. I have taken the radiant mechanism that powers the radiant light in this blade to become even more powerful. I think this will do you well.
Thank you.
You're welcome, brother. So, you can add a +2 longsword to your inventory, and instead of a D8 of radiant damage, it does a D10 of radiant damage.
All right.
And then, Moros, your sword is a +2 greatsword.
Okay.
With 1d6 fire damage extra. You guys got your blades. You guys head back. And you rest up for the day of the
Hold on.
attack. Ah, yes.
When they get in, because Dalkum was doing a ritual, and this is what he's doing. When he gets in, he sees Moros, and he grabs him. Come with me, and he makes him stand in a spot. He stands across from him, and he pulls out the Iron Band. Put this on, and he puts it on his own hand, and he waits for Moros to put the ring on his hand.
Morris looks at him funny, but goes, "What is this?"
Just put it on.
Morris shakes his head left to right. Why?
Because it's gonna boost our power to fight. That's all you need to know.
Morris sighs. Fine. But if this takes away my ability to read or something like that, let it be known that I could read small words. And I could also count to 8.
The circles that were standing in glow bright, I grab the hand with my hand that has the ring on, grabs his hand that has the ring on, and then the rings kind of blend into our skin. Dalkum then looks at you. Well, we're married for the next 7 days. Good luck. And he walks away. You can add +2 to your AC.
I have a 19. I have a 21 AC for the next 7 days.
Yep.
Yeah, he ritual casted a spell.
Sadness.
Yep, that's what he was doing. And then because I'm doing this all the day before, because these all are multiple or lasting buffs, so I'll get my spell slot back. I am at 4th level, going to cast Aid. Right before, no, shit, it's only 8 hours. I thought Aid was 24. I'll do that when we wake up. Then I'll do it at 3rd level instead.
Okay.
So we will gain an additional 10 maximum HP.
All right.
So,
You guys wake up the next morning after your marriage. Congratulations. I hope we get fan art of this. Chris, I'm looking at you. You guys wake up the next morning. The looming threat of what is to come sits over you like a heavy blanket. Devlin, as you guys get out of the bedding area of the secret chamber, he's putting on his mask, ties it up, and you can see him in his outfit as Damocles. He nods at you guys. It's go time. You ready?
Dalkum is going to nod. He's going to kind of cinch the strap of his armor. What little bit of his armor isn't fused into his skin at this point.
Okay. All right. Since you guys are ready, you guys make your way to the abandoned train station. A long walk through the streets of Eden early in the morning. And as you guys descend the steps of the train station, you have to wait the arrival of Savius and his cronies, whoever he brings. You have no idea who he's bringing. You can position yourselves wherever you would like on this map. You see a long platform with broken rails on both sides. However, they seem to be intact for the most part. Enough for a train to potentially get through at least one of the sides. There's a broken statue made of gold of the god of Lar. Broken benches made of wood. Some overgrowth of greenery that has seeped its way down here. Where would you guys like to position yourselves in preparations for this? Can be anywhere.
I forgot to mention Moros and I we get the +2 bonus as long as we're within 30 feet of each other. So
Okay.
keep that in mind. And then Moros has 96 max HP. This is max HP, not temporary HP. So
Sweet.
you will heal back up. You can heal back up to this number. And then Lloyd is sitting at 93 max HP.
Okay.
Just in the chat. Look like it's saved. Never mind. Put it in the game log.
All right.
But anyways, just so we know.
Cool. Are you guys positioned where you want to be?
No. Do we know what direction? I mean, I guess the train will be coming from.
No clue. But you might hear it as it approaches, so...
Phenomenal.
I'm going to
Well,
position
we'll just keep our
kind
ears
of-
out, but open.
across from Lloyd as long and within 30 feet of Moros, from wherever Moros positions. So
Cool. All right. I'm assuming everyone is positioned where they want to be. An hour passes by. Nothing is happening. You might get impatient. I don't know. That's up to you guys. However, about an hour or so in, you hear coming from this direction over here. It is to the south side of where you guys came from, onto the tracks onto your right. And you hear the sound of steam bursting through. And then you hear a squeal of brakes as you see this very ornate-looking cylindrical object that's purple that has pipes coming in and out of it, steam shooting out of some of the pipes that are on the side. You can see there are humanoid figures hanging onto it, at least on both of the sides. However, riding the top of the train is a giant Arcanatech Warforged. And in the pilot seat of this Warforged, you see a crazed old gnome with crazy-looking white hair. You hear his voice echo through speakers. "Oh, it looks like you showed up, Lloyd. It is time for you to meet your creator." You can see as he hops off
Hate this
of
little fucker so much.
the train. Boom! The ground shakes and breaks beneath him. Then you see the figures hopping off. You see Warforged beginning to surround Savius. Then you see other figures hopping off. The first one hops down, and I'm going to describe to you what you see. And you would recognize this figure, Lloyd. This figure is Yasha Skanyan. She bears no weapon but a quarterstaff. She is a very short, stout gnome. Her arms, she's very muscular. She has very veiny arms. Her hair is tied into cornrows. Just like you, Lloyd. You remember she was adopted by Graham after the death of your previous adopted father, Cale Voss. So you guys have a relationship. I wouldn't say it's close. She stops down, kind of stares you down, cracking her neck, takes her fist and punches her other hand as if she's ready to have a fist fight. Then, the next figure hops down. A half-orc that you all have met before. Jarek Orden. The one who smuggles all the drugs. And he takes his He takes his longsword and places it on his shoulder and grins. Well, looks like I get to finally take you out. I've been dreaming of this day since I walked past you. And I'll make sure that you die by my blade. And then the last figure hops off. The last figure you see flies towards the back line. It is your adoptive mother, Lloyd, Rosalia. She floats over. There's a sad look on her face as she sees you. A look of struggle in her eyes. Like she has to do something she doesn't want to. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Tales of Lodrienth. We will catch you guys next week, where the spider's legs versus our little group. I want to give a special shout out to our patrons on Patreon, Melanie Droz and Anakin Groce. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Take it easy.